Oh.
There you go. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Outside the Booth,
Yes.
where we talk to DJs about DJ life and DJ experiences. My name is DJ Kamish, alongside my beautiful co-host, the one and only BX.
Yes.
And Mr. 212 himself.
Why not?
DJ Knuckles.
Why not?
Special shout out to our guy DWI here on the boards.
Yes.
Thank you for watching us on YouTube and Twitch.
We are live.
Yes, we are live on YouTube and Twitch right now. And thanks for listening to us on Party 1019 FM and commishradio.com. And wherever you get your podcasts, which includes iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, all those good
Spotify,
places.
iTunes.
All of those
that.
good places, right?
Good.
Follow us, like us, subscribe to us, review us, give us 5 stars. As my man Bomani Jones would say, if you give us 4 stars, I believe you're a hater. All right. Welcome, y'all.
What's up, everybody?
Family.
Yes.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? Mr.
Yes, yes,
12121219752212.
Listen, we got another guy who basically was in the 212 for a long time.
Yes, long time.
But
Special
now-
guest.
He's all over the world.
All over.
Just trying to hang out.
He left us for so long, he need a passport to come back to 212.
He is
For
the
real.
one and only DJ Mell Starr. Hey, now.
AKA Mr. Headphones.
Yeah.
No
headphones.
Mr. No Headphones.
No
Sorry.
headphones.
Mr. No Headphones. So I just want to get to that first question. How did you get your name, Mr. No Headphones?
Yo, that might be a Knuckles question. Yo, Knuckles, cause okay, the only thing I remember was 9/11. I was in 9/11, so that really started that whole thing. I had the fighter jets went across. It was so loud, so crazy. I was literally in that area when it was happening, and when the jets went across, that knocked out my hearing.
Really?
And what happened was I went, to NYU and the whole hearing. I'm like, nah, you know how we go to these parties, right? We go to parties and we have heard so much loud music in our ears is like this for a couple of hours, and then we like, nah, it's gonna let up. We're gonna be all right. And it didn't happen. And then months and weeks and a year went by, and I was like, you know what? I think I need to go to the doctor and find out. Went to the doctor. They was like, nah, kid, it's over.
What?
Straight like that, like it's over.
Message.
Did they tell you because the fact that you waited so long, or did they just say that was it?
So they was like, they told me that my drum was the rumbling was so bad that my eardrum rattled out of its space.
What?
So it's down here somewhere. And they were like, so if we cut in your neck and I'll see y'all later.
And that was it.
Called an Uber before the Uber even came out.
So you only can't hear out of one
I can
ear.
only hear out of one ear, and that is my right ear only.
Okay.
Wow.
And so that the difficulty of wearing a pair of headphones.
Oh, that's what you hear.
So I would hear that. So I couldn't hear the outside. I can only hear one thing. So it was either the inside or the outside.
Wow.
So I had to retrain, and I don't know. The crew did that because I definitely did not name myself Mr. No Headphones.
Well, I know a lot of times we've had parties like. Let's go to the ski trips and stuff. And the ski trips, of course, whoever's watching, they already know.
We're not going to talk about.
We're not going to talk.
I'm just going straight to detail. Straight to detail. Straight to detail.
No secrets. No secrets being told today.
So if it was,
I need water.
If it was,
listen,
if it was 6 parties. Me and Mel would wind up doing 7 or 8 because they were intermission joints. So if somebody, when they're eating, we're sitting there playing music because the guys we ran with that did these ski trips would have music everywhere. The lobby when you came in, everywhere. So we had a piano room where everybody ate. Yeah. And we had turntables up one day. And I never forget that we started playing, bugging out, and we was DJing, we was spinning back and forth. We started taking turns catching the record and all that crazy stuff. And I got on the mic. I got tired of running in a circle doing it. And then Mel just started going, and then he's making a beat with it. He's juggling. And I turned around and got the mic. and I started hosting with them, and we just sporadically doing it. And it
I just did a party out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I just constantly kept yelling, y'all don't even notice. Y'all don't even really realize.
Right.
There's no headphones.
Yeah. Wow.
So the rest of the family started saying it when he was out and about. But you earned that, and you deserved that.
I was like, I never, like, I was like, I knew the crew.
Yeah, the crew always said that.
Because they was always saying it. I'm like, but who came up? Well, there it is.
So that was like maybe what? That had to be like 2002, 2003.
Yeah, maybe about that.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward 2 years. Let's fast forward 2 years because by 2 years later, by 2005, I was on Serato and introduced you to it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I just thought that you wanted to learn it just to learn it.
That was why
I didn't realize that you kind of needed to learn that.
I was so right. That was why I was so.
It was because
eager.
of your hearing that you had to learn the Serato.
I was like, I couldn't hear it.
Wow.
I couldn't hear it the way I wanted to, and like, I'm in a house and I couldn't hear it in the house. So imagine, like.
In the space, a big event space.
And it's crazy because, like, people who are around me can't sit with me because the music is so loud.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, you can't hear that? I'm like, nah. Yeah, I'm good.
Yo,
Yeah, I cannot stand by the speakers. That's not it.
The music was loud in this crib, though. It was
loud.
It was loud.
That's crazy.
Loud. I just thought that he liked having a party atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like,
really couldn't hear it.
So you went up 2 years. Go back those 2 years and imagine the one ear on the turntables.
Yeah.
BPMs by hand.
Yeah.
You dig where I'm coming from? So now anybody that's listening, DJs that ain't checked in, what you should have, so you can get this. You always check outside the booth to get the information, that in-depth information. This man who y'all see all over the place with these sharp cuts, with doing 8 to 9 hour parties, is with one ear, no headphones.
Right.
And it's been
vinyl.
done.
Like, because he can still do it with vinyl.
And vinyl. And vinyl.
So I used to break all of the headphones like we used to. I know I broke a lot of Sony. Yo, shouts out to T-Rock because I broke a few of his. I didn't do it on purpose.
Wow.
I was just so angry. I was like, "Bow." He was like, "Yo, what happened to my headphone?" I don't know. It just.
I thought this was a dance.
Yeah.
Wow.
You would do this. You like,
You broke your knuckles. Get him.
and I would literally break them. So that I could have that one on real fast and put it down. They call them a lollipop now, but
You had a phone.
yeah,
You had a phone joint. You were the first one that I seen that I knew a person that I knew with it. Like other people I ever seen was like Junior Vasquez.
Jack. Like it was a phone jack.
That's crazy.
And I would be like, dude, okay, got it. And then I would go.
And that was it.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever, though. But I didn't know that was he needed that.
Yeah.
But
You know what I mean?
you know what's crazy? I want to bring up this story. You'll remember this. I was in Florida on vacation, and you called me, and you was like, "Yo, X, I'm thinking about doing Masters of the Mix." Remember that?
Yeah.
You called me and you was like, "Should I do it?" I was like, "Hell yeah!"
I sure was.
I was in Florida.
I was in Miami.
Yeah, and
that's
then
why. And they had the auditions actually.
Yep.
That's why I actually auditioned that in Miami, and I was like, you know what?
because you was kind of skeptical about it, and then you was like, "Should I do it?" I was like, "You better go do it." I was like, "You gonna mess around and win?"
Yeah.
And then what? You came second. You was like second place.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
So now here you are, DJ Mell Starr.
Yo,
you have a residency in Vegas.
I need a water.
You are all over. You need another water.
They know more shit about me. Out of all interviews,
But
like,
wait.
I know this room.
But wait, you know what? I was talking to Commish. I was like, all right, not only see a DJ, you went through the trauma with your hearing.
Yeah.
You taught yourself how to do everything all over again.
No
but
doubt.
you wrote a book.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Like you're an author. You are a published author, yo. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, like, this is deep. So what made you want to even write that? Do you consider it a memoir or do you consider it biography, autobiography? Like, how would you categorize that book?
Y'all are really in the books.
Podcast. Outside the booth.
Outside the booth.
yeah.
We are outside the booth.
Outside the booth. So, Yolanda, actually, I gave like her pretty much all the information, and she put it together, and
And that book came
it
about.
was in the book surfaced. Yeah, the book surfaced. It's out there.
So, I know it's out there. What's the proper term? Oh, is intimate
dialogue.
intimate dialogue
Yes.
by DJ Mell Starr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's available on
It's
on
all
Amazon.
platforms. It's on Amazon. So whoever's watching, y'all want to get into Mell Starr, get to know DJ Mell Starr outside of the booth.
Yeah, definitely. Outside.
Definitely outside the booth.
Definitely
You get
outside
some
the booth.
intimate details. So when it all came together and you see you had a finished book, like, what did you think?
I need to.
You need a water right now. You're sweating. He's sweating.
Yo, I ain't see a sweat like this since Supper Club, and me and him had to get on after Chris Love or something.
Right.
Like, we got it, man. We got it.
Yeah, like, you know, what I think was crazy is, you know, even to this day, like, we've done so much stuff that
Yeah.
I'm still working, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I never looked
You don't look back.
back at any of it. It was just like, I'm still moving.
Yeah.
Like, if you would have never mentioned the book,
You ain't
I
think about it.
probably wouldn't have even.
Or that you used to do
Remember.
editing.
And I
Like
was
for like
right, I
video
was an editor,
editing.
yeah,
Yeah, he was an
so it was
editor.
like-
Like you're all over
Yeah,
production
I
world.
quit that, and I was doing that for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
I was a
Video
kid
editing?
doing
Yeah.
editing.
I
Like
did not know that.
from movies
Yeah,
and
just cut
commercials
movies,
and
commercials.
TV shows. Yeah.
I might need to. I
I'm
might need to
outside.
hire him.
Yeah, we might need to hire him for real.
Because,
Yeah.
man,
I did it for.
I
I
hate
did that for, and the only reason why I quit was because my boss knew that I wanted to really
DJ.
DJ.
So he was like, get up
He
out
was
of
the
here.
support. He was just
Like, he was
support.
supporting you.
You gotta leave.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Go. You gotta go.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him for
shouts
pushing
out
you and
to-
be-
Yes, shout
Thank
out to
you.
Lenny Schwartz, Bob Schwartz, and Billy Walsh.
Thank
My
you.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Permanent, forever, absolutely.
Made a lot of money because of you guys. Thank
Yes.
you.
I love it. All right, so now I see you. I'm following you.
Mm-hmm.
I see you are like best friends with DJ Jazzy Jeff. How did
Ah.
that friendship come about? Was it because of the show, or you guys knew each other?
Kenny Dope's birthday party is how I met Jeff.
Okay.
That was, I don't even know. Now, it was a long time ago. Damn.
Yeah.
And we were DJing at Kenny's party, and then also Clark. That's how I also met, like, officially met Clark Kent. Everybody was Lord Finesse. Everybody was there. GOG. Yeah, it was a lot of people there, and you know, Jeff Kent. Hey man, I heard about you. I'm like, what? I heard about you. And I think from that day, like, you know, it just turned into like a cool ass
Romance.
friendship. Yeah, and
Yo, he's one of the coolest people I've ever worked with.
Really?
Like-
massively cool.
I mean, that dude to me is a epitome of a celebrity DJ, right?
Right.
Definitely. Definitely.
I mean, you just look at the track record that this man has.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The dude walks in the room like, let's put it like this: if you didn't know, you would think he got off the F train instead of getting out of a limo or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, he really is a
He's just down
regular
to earth, a
dude.
regular person.
just a regular dude.
Like, that's good.
So there's a bunch of guys, you know, that from that day on, I started to really, you know, it's the thing of, we saw everybody on television. We saw everybody in videos. We seen all of the how-tos and the makings of and all that stuff. And again, like I said, for me, it was like I still am like the kid in the
Yeah.
room.
You excited when you see them.
I'm excited when I see people, and they're my peers, you know.
Yeah.
And again, it's still a work thing for me. Like I'm still working, so
Okay.
I've never stopped. You know, so it's just like, oh yeah, Jeff is my man. Oh yeah, yo, yes, yeah.
Right.
Clark is my guy. Oh man,
Right.
Kid Capri is my yo. Like,
This is.
these are guys, and Kid hit me a little while ago.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
You got to get him to come upstairs, come outside the booth with us.
yo, he is a monster. And
No,
like I
he's a
said,
beast.
these are the people that I've watched.
Right.
Right. So I just took what I've seen with them and I try to apply it to myself now. Like, you got to work, Mel.
Right.
You got to stay consistent. You can't be online wilding out. You got to create some form of a focus,
Okay.
you know, and stay at it. And they tell me all the time. And
Now look at you.
yeah, and
Las
and
Vegas
I'm very-
residency. How did the residency come about?
very grateful to them. Eddie Mack, the Mack agency in Vegas, was the person. He saw me a couple of years before that club opened and was like, when this new club opened, I'm going to bring you in. And I thought he was bugging because 2 years later, he called and was like, yo,
It's time.
it's time.
Yeah, 'cause you called me before you went, and you was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, I don't know what it is."
I was like,
I gotta call Vegas. I
I
said,
know
"I
this
see
guy,
what it is."
and what's crazy is even in the interim of that, he's the one that brought Lovebug Starsky to Vegas.
Get out.
Yeah,
That's
him,
what's up,
Jeremy, and a couple of other guys. They all got together, and that's how it started. God rest his soul, man.
Yes, sir.
I think with the Vegas thing, if I'm correct, I think we spoke about that too. And I think at the time, CEO was out there.
Yes, big shouts to CEO. Yes, absolutely.
And
you
and
know,
we
and I-
talked about that for a little bit.
Absolutely. I gotta say this before we continue. You know, Kamish, I've watched you, goodness, I don't know, for so many years. And out of all of us, Kamish to me was the only person that I knew who knew business.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Who knew
We were talking business
paperwork.
earlier, and he was telling me some things. He was dropping some gems on me.
And it was like, and he will always be in place. I'm like, yo, Justin's. We talk about that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was like, yo, how you getting Justin's? Like, yo, like, but just the fact of, I've always looked at that at myself. Like, okay, there are people that I know and that are around me that allow me to say, okay, Mel, you gotta look at these things in a different direction. Knuckles, come on, Knuckles. Like, you know how many parties?
It's unbelievable.
Like
It's
the only
unbelievable.
club that we've never done was the Tunnel. At least I didn't do it.
I got to do it.
I knew, yeah, scooping y'all.
Yeah,
like,
man,
I was
but
mad
yeah,
at
it was
that.
it was with school.
He said, I was mad
I
at
was
that.
mad at that.
Because I called
He
you.
was mad.
I called them and say, "Yo, Flex is
Yeah.
saying the DMX record we got needs to be is the one in the tunnel."
Yeah.
So the Shadow likes Be Faithful that we had with Faith,
Yeah.
and the DMX joint we got cut in the tunnel. And he called, so I called him and said, "Hey, yo, they want to be in the tunnel." He said, "Go do that."
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I had
But
never
that's probably
played
the
there
only
either.
thing I never did.
I had never played there either.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
place
That you
I
did not play.
Did not play.
Well,
And
I met you because of being at the Roseland parties with Knuckles, and then we met doing the other radio show, and then I started coming to the parties. So I met everybody from being outside,
wow.
Yeah.
partying and everything.
I mean,
so
in the day, it was nothing else to do. We
That
were
was-
we was
outside.
always
we was
outside.
out.
We
We
was
was
always
out.
out partying. But this is why I'm gonna take it back to way back then, because I wasn't a DJ groupie. However, I did see the attention that you guys get outside.
Oh
It
Lord.
was wild. But you know what? It was the tangent too. You know, like you come into these parties, you
Yeah.
had your silk on, you had your cottons on, and your gators, and the moral for us was to make sure you walked out of there completely sweat. Yo, by the time Knuckles, 1:30, 2 o'clock, Nuck's in a tank top.
Yeah.
Standing on the speaker.
Yep.
Screaming.
Yeah.
And
Dancing on the
I'm
side.
like, oh man, I gotta, so it just, shout who.
It was you?
Who got mad at us? Was that,
It was a couple of them.
it was a
Promoters,
couple.
DJs.
But it was the one really, was it either it was the black, what was on 120 something street, 24th?
National Black?
National Black Theater?
No.
Or
Mars
was it Mars
2112. Mars 2112, man.
Wow.
Yo,
It was when we were introducing, because actually, I love Will Trax, I love Boogie Black, I love all the hosts. The hosts,
Right.
Hollywood, thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I really
No
can
doubt.
say.
No doubt.
But I think that we were reiterating it into our circle, our hosts with the DJ, because at the time it was just the SNS. It was me, it was everybody was in, but we were doing it ourselves. Even DJs that didn't really talk, it was like, hold up. These guys getting money.
Right.
Let me start talking. Even if I go, yeah, next record. You know what I mean? But I saw it
early,
and I said, you know what? So they would hire me, and I would call Mel. They would hire Mel would call me, and we would go in as a
But then
tangent.
don't forget, y'all always used to pull Danny D in it too, because
Of course.
y'all would
Yeah,
bring
for
Danny
sure.
D would open up for both of y'all. I forget which order it would go,
Yep.
but I know it would be you, Danny D, Ty Boogie. Yep, all of them. Y'all will all be.
It was a
That was the
bunch of us.
Harlem crew.
That was the
Uptown
whole
crew to me.
crew at every party.
We was deep, and the thing was that all 4 of us, 2 of us was together because we was in
Right.
the big circle. Danny had the next generation coming up with him. So if we got the 30 and up.
Yeah.
He had the 18 and up, and they were coming.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
were.
when I say
And
coming,
that
when they
life
played
beat.
May
Yeah.
21,
Yeah.
then he was on the road with us.
Yeah.
So what we did was I said, okay, all 3 of these guys can play. Let me squeeze myself out of it. And I always said to him, I got to add something to it.
Right.
So when he did the editing with the video, I said, let me start hosting. I got my voice. And as I'm hosting, people didn't understand. They're like, hold up, Knuckles.
Why?
I hired you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I got you. I'm getting back on, but watch this. And one promoter,
Yeah.
I can
Only
say his
one.
name,
Only
he got so
one.
upset.
Only one.
He walked around the party with an attitude. And
The
everybody
whole
saw him.
time?
Yeah. And we cooking the party. People
cooking the
dancing
party,
till they
but he
saw
was
him
so
upset.
mad.
And he's telling them, oh, I hired this dude and this dude playing. But he wasn't there early when I was
Rocking.
rocking.
Right.
And then Mel got on, and Mel was only going to stay on for about an hour. Then I was going to get back on. We was giving that, and I'm talking on the mic.
Yep.
Now, after that, now you got
All
to
of
have
it.
a host.
Remember when Keisha and Black ran up on us? That's how we got the
That's
Supper
how we,
Club.
and because of that promoter acting
Yeah.
up, people in there was watching us. And this is a message.
Yeah.
If you feel something, you feel good with it, you go with it, because that could be implemented to your style, to what you do, because somebody's going to like it or love it.
Somebody's always watching. Somebody's
And
somewhere
he didn't
always
like it,
watching.
and he never hired me or Mel again. But guess
Really?
what? I swear to God.
Get out.
And he was a big promoter. I love him.
Big
but
promoter, yeah.
we shake hands to this day. He said, yo, I'll never hire you because I remember I hired you. You didn't work. And I said, really? And then years later, he went,
I messed up.
I didn't know what you were doing. And I said,
vision.
you should have let me rock. Because now we got hired like Abbott and Costello. And we
That's
were saying
crazy.
we was the Rich Porter and Al
Al
Porters.
without the-
Without the cocaine.
But
Right. And that started at your party that you didn't.
that you didn't.
They hired
That you
me,
wasn't
and I
there.
said I'm gonna host because I want to get. And it was opening the door for Mel as far as other
Yeah.
things, because they didn't know he did whole parties.
And I wasn't talking on the mic. So that
Mel
was the
never
other thing.
talked.
I was
Yeah.
like head down.
Do you talk now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You talk now?
He's doing drops.
Because I don't. But wait, he's
drops,
doing
definitely.
drops. He's doing commercials. He's sponsored.
He's doing intros.
Yeah. But you know what? Wait a minute. He's doing dropping intros. Why we didn't get a drop before you
Oh,
came
no.
over here?
Here we go.
Where? Why didn't outside the booth get a drop?
Tell
We the
him.
family.
No. Tell him.
I gotta get my.
No, what you looking for?
Hey,
You dropped your eyelashes.
Wait, what happened to our drop?
The call was made.
He was like, "Yo, Mel, I need the break the
I'll tell him.
the good times break."
I've been around this man so long, and I've watched him do different things. And when I say different things, you could be around somebody and know them to heart.
Right.
And people love what he do, that one or two things. He's done 90 different things
Right.
with the turntables. And there's one cut that he did, not a mix. It was the way he was cutting the record, and he turned it into another beat. And it was called juggling. Of course, Commissioner, you probably don't know.
I
The
don't.
real cutting DJs that came up before us, the Executioners, Stevie D, Rock Raider, they juggled beats, meaning they make another beat outside of the beat they're playing. And the way he did I'm not gonna say it. I called him and asked him for it, which he's still gonna give to us, and it's so dope. And outside the booth of the outside of the booth, outside commission what it is, he's gonna send it to us. But I did call him.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, he did.
I did
That's a
call
fact.
Okay.
I'm gonna absolutely make that happen.
Thank you, because I see you over here getting all kinds of endorsements from turntables, water, all kinds of stuff.
How did that start happening for you? Like, what was the story about that? Like the first person to do that? I feel like it had to do with Masters of the Mix or something like that, right?
I think, once Masters of the Mix took effect, you're right. It was Masters of the Mix because the first sponsor was Smirnoff itself. And then they started, hitting, Diageo was the company. What was his name?
Diageo has
David
everybody.
Tapscott. Thank you, David Tapscott. He put me on, and Aaron Chen. They set me up with this thing, and I was going to like a bunch of like dope ass alcohol spots, and I was doing parties for them, and I was doing them, and it was dope because they were during the week. So it had nothing to do with the weekend. I would be able to do like 3 or 4. The money, crazy.
I bet.
So DJs, if you're doing like corporate events, especially during the week,
But no, Commish is the king of corporate, though.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Commish is the king of corporate.
But you heard him commend you.
Commish is the king of corporate. He's the first DJ that I've seen outside of you guys.
I agree.
Doing all corporate events, and I mean like big companies, Fortune 500 companies, and
with the white button.
Nobody from Roseland was at Commish's parties, but everybody cutting checks is at Commish's party. Like, you needed to be at a Commish party because his events.
Yeah, they were high.
That's because our people wasn't invited to where they give it to test it.
Right.
They was sent with a flyer to buy it.
Whatever
Right.
whatever your blueprint was or is to get that, it's very hard for anybody else to get it. I think the only person outside of you guys I've seen do the corporate thing was Legend, because he actually did.
And shout out to
one of my
also.
He did.
Goldfinger used to do those before me. Yeah,
he did. I forgot what company I was working for, but I went and I said, "What is Legend in here spending for my Christmas party at my job?"
Right.
And he did it, and he was like, "Yo, what do you do?" I was like, "What are you doing?" He said, "Getting money."
And that's just.
But those events are big deal.
And that's exactly why we're doing this podcast, so people can get that information. Yeah. You don't have to be what you see. What you see could be one lane. There's so many lanes with this DJ thing, man.
Officer party.
do
there's so
too?
many lanes.
All of them joints, like it's a lot. Like,
Can I get on my BXBS though, real quick? So I want to just a little bit, like. And I asked everybody this question. Everyone is going to get asked this question, so I hope you DJs are ready when y'all come up here.
Turn off the lights.
What is the craziest DJ experience you have witnessed? Either if it's been to you or around you, what is the craziest thing you've seen out on the road? Spill it.
Spill it?
Spill it.
Yeah,
don't...
Please pick one I'm not in, because clearly.
But we were.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one I want. Then I want the one that includes Knuckles. I need that.
Oh,
wow.
Because Knuckles is not going. See, you know what? But
Knuckles
before you
never tell you no stories.
Let me first of all, I know some stories, but I just want everyone that's watching, especially all the wives and girlfriends at home. This is pre-you. This is before you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all DJ. I gotta put the disclaimer out there, D, because you're gonna go home and you're gonna have domestics, and we don't want that. We don't want you to have
we don't need to
domestics.
talk about this if you don't have domestics.
Because I want to know, and it's people that want to know. Like,
what
y'all been
happens
talking
inside
about
the booth
music,
stays inside the booth, right?
Well, see, listen. What happens outside the booth stays inside the booth, but no, not when you're on outside the booth. You gotta.
Yo, there was like.
Just one crazy one.
Shoot, it's PA?
Whatever you want to do. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Right? Yeah.
Look at the smile that come across your face with that. Wow.
Yeah.
You're talking 30 years. Like, 30 years of just.
So what was the craziest thing?
Who were the guys that came on that trip?
What was the women that did it to you?
Philly.
Who were the
Philly,
women
right?
that did it to you?
She looking for some
Oh, you
heartbreak
I was-
hotel.
I'm just asking because he started smiling. I don't want to drop name, but I'm just saying he started smiling,
No,
so
no,
I
no.
automatically
See,
think
that-
it was
No,
somebody.
he was going to give you an incident.
Okay.
That, which when he finished, and I'll tell you why he said that because
just
remember everything we talk about is a message to the people that's listening because we got a lot of, and I've gotten calls. It's a lot of DJs listening, and they want to hear drama, but they got to learn the difference between drama and information.
I
Because
want
if
the
they listen to the
information on the
story,
drama.
they need to see what it is behind that
I want
and what it really
information
means.
on the drama.
I remember. I definitely remember a trip that we did, and it was a massive fight that we actually had to get involved in, and it was, yeah. Damn.
All right, so we was in
That
Pennsylvania.
trip
We was at a
was-
hotel. We did a ski trip, and it was probably one of the biggest ski trips in the world. And a big celebrity radio guy was doing it, and he came in with one and only our family wide open entertainment. Big shout out to Denny Mo and DJ T-Rock. And we had almost like 36 buses.
And shout out to Saint because he had like 150,000 million rose bottles for us.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, of course, me and Mell Starr, we doing the party. We did what we were supposed to do. Tail end of it, everybody's a little sleepy, so everybody's heading back to their party. So at the time, I had a lady. She's there. Everybody know my lady, and security was a couple, and they was there, and everybody dispensed. Big shout out to the one and only Mr. Brooklyn DJ Saint. He used to come up there with bottles, knowing that the ski trip was over at 2 and the bar closed, so he would bring
Didn't care.
1,020,000 bottles of rosé
Didn't care.
and sell them for $50.
A whole van.
Right, a whole van full of bottles. And everybody would buy a bottle after night and then shoot to their rooms or go some after party wherever it was at, wherever the food was. And we stuck around in the ballroom listening to them play Jamaican music he had got on. And this guy was just straggling around. And he, from Philly, big shout to Philly, I love Philly, but one of your boys was out of order. And he put his hand on my lady.
Ooh.
And he felt her up and walked off. And we so busy, we tipsy. It's 4 in the morning. We done drunk everything in the world because we got socks on. We our room right upstairs, so we just bought. And I just sobered up real quick, and she tells me, "Yo, he did this," and I followed him. So we in an old hotel where they had the long steps where the woman would come down dragging her dress. So I had to go up the steps. I get up there, and as I'm coming up, all I see is 14 guys.
What?
Yo, it was
Him
wild.
and 14 guys, and he is 6'3", 6'4". I'm
Okay.
6'1". So, and this is the message that come behind it. And Mel comes up the steps, and I see the guy, and I go, "Listen, man, there's a lot of women here, and we, part of the ski trip, and we don't do that to women. We protect them. You know what I mean? We all here on the ski trip together." And the guy,
shut the.
correct.
Get the.
I looked.
That's
at
what he said?
Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
turned to his boys.
Yeah, they turned.
and
they
sucked his
looked,
teeth and looked, and I said,
and it was
"Okay."
only me and Knuckles.
Me and him. I turned
Boy,
around to
it was-
Mel,
it
and Mel was
crazy.
like,
Whatever.
"You hit me with
Yeah,
that?"
let's do it.
I said, "I gotta get him down because he's big." I caught him in the ribs. He bent over, and I
It
think
was
he
over.
wasn't aware that we know how to defend ourselves, and I'll put a word for like that.
It was
And
a bunch of cats.
That's crazy. But why would he just go grab
they were
your
drunk.
lady?
They were drunk in Philly at the time. The guys that was coming on the trips was, it's normal. You see out of town women. They look different from the ones you come up with.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
long
of
story
course.
short, they was really all
Excited.
weekend excited seeing new women and the active New York women. New York got a little attitude with them, a little spunk with them. It's different from out of town. You know what I'm saying? And the girls you grew up with. So they was acting up a little bit, and we had to ship them in shape. So me and Mel knocked 2-3 of them out, and then they had the Medivac, the guy I hit.
Yeah, it was.
To Albany, New York, to get him stitches, and I swear to God,
They really
it
at
was
the
wild.
they had the Medivac, get a helicopter to come get him, and he had
Police
almost
came.
80.
It was like-
They was looking
that's
for
a
me.
wild experience.
But the message of it is that we are people too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they see us as just playing music, and they label us as artists or celebrities. And I'm gonna be honest, I've never saw myself like that. Me and him talked about that all the time.
Yeah.
We would walk through Harlem. Just walk through the street. We in Brooklyn, we outside the club, in front of the club. It don't matter where we at, we're going to be us. Because
Right.
I always wanted to be a people person, and that's where me and him link. He's always wanted to be a people person. He know a million people. I know a million people. We would give 5 to somebody just sitting outside, and the guy go, Y'all two know each other?
Yeah.
Well, it's that DJ thing. I said, no, this is my man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, we have so many,
different.
from the fights
but the
to
stinky news you looking for.
I'm not looking for stinky news. I just like to see if I can put people under pressure. But that's a crazy experience.
The only thing I would say, as always, as anything or anybody, once you get in a position to, I guess, be hot, to be hot, and we was hot,
and didn't realize it.
And I'm telling you, because it was just like literally we were working like just about every weekend or every other weekend, every month, consistently for years, and it was like. Thank you, Kid Capri, for going to Def Jam Comedy Jam. Thank you, SNS, for going to Atlanta.
That's right. That's right. They left a lot of space out there.
When he went where he went.
He went overseas.
Ace, when all of these guys, we couldn't get a job at that time.
Because
especially
they had the market on lock.
Craig G going to CT.
Exactly. Yeah. So like
promoters was changing the date for them.
It was
Yeah.
We'll be here tomorrow. We can't do it today. We'll do it tomorrow. So we're gonna do it tomorrow.
Mel, you have to give him the story because we was at Katona last year and we was both having a good time. But you threw me back to when I heard him mention all these names, and I remember when I started doing the Matrix in 2000. But by the time I moved to Boston Road, where the Stardust Ballroom was, that's when you came in. That was like 2004, 2005. So I had SNS, Ty Boogie, Mell Starr. I had all the DJs DJing there. So the transition from mixtapes to the streaming, you was in front of that. We all. But S&M was doing it for Sirius Radio. They was doing it for that, Absolutely. But you was actually on the underground shows with us.
I was definitely the Ustream guy. Like I felt like at the time, it's funny because people used to tell us, "Yo, that's just whack. Don't do that." Like what guys are doing right now.
They told you don't do it.
Doing that like
they used to tell us that all the time.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
wait.
He was on me.
Y'all was ahead of the game. Y'all was ahead of the game.
He was on me. I was still bringing my turntables out. He said, "Hey, yo, when you finish that party, you come to my house." I went to his house. He gets me the Western Digital box, the book. And I said, "Yo, what is this?" And it struck me how tall it was. And then he loaded it for me, and he gave me the Serato, and he said, "Go master it." I called him one day and said, "I don't see my so-and-so record," because I'm the record guy. I know records.
The
and
colors
and song, I know the labels, the year, and all that stuff. That's me. And I was looking for a record in there, and there's no label, no color now. So you got to know the names. And I knew the names. I couldn't find it. Called him. He said, "It's in the files. You'll find it. Click."
That's crazy.
Let me tell you something about this dude. When I introduced Serato to him, and he was interested,
immediately.
This dude got his stuff
immediately
and sat at home for a year.
I did not go outside.
For a year, he stopped DJing. To learn Serato and master it. Wow. To this day, I've never heard nobody do that.
Shouts out to Big Steph, because
which Big Steph? The Big Steph?
Steph,
yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Shout out to Big Steph.
Really?
Yeah.
She was like,
what?
Wow.
She must have thought he was crazy.
Yo, I would not go nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because at that time, now I'm going crazy. I'm all over the place. I'm still doing the turntables. I'm still doing soundman, bringing the turntables out. We was just getting to the Rain 57.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I went and bought the 57 TTM, and I called him. He said, "All right," not knowing he's working on the Serato. And then I was like, I was more worried about. I was missing my boy because I used to come to him and Danny like, "Yo, I miss my fellas."
I'm
like
not coming outside.
He's not coming
he was
outside.
like, he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna come." He would hit me with, "I'm gonna come through," and he wouldn't come.
So I have a question. So when you did that, staying home for 2 years during COVID, it was easy for you. So what did you do during those 2 years of the pandemic?
The pandemic is when I started making records. I started making records again, and that actually got me through the entire COVID.
Really?
Literally, I created a band camp, and
I remember that.
Yeah, I made a band camp, and
it's still fully active.
Yeah.
What's a band camp?
So Bandcamp is basically a site where you can put either merch or music, and people just come and buy tracks, and
that's how you made.
It got me through the entire pandemic.
So any music that we hear today, is there any of that from your band camp?
Probably so.
Which song?
I can't.
Come on.
Due to
You gotta go to Bandcamp and figure it out.
Yeah, you
No,
gotta
Bob.
look- yeah, due to because a lot of it was
A lot of restrictions.
Yeah, it was a lot of restrictions.
Okay.
So it was a lot of restricted stuff that I was doing, and but it really because I was like,
Wait a minute. What do you mean restrictive?
the music that I was putting out,
They were like remixes.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they were restricted. I wasn't supposed to.
You didn't get clearance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got letters
Oh, cease and
from
desist.
those companies like Dogs. Who? What? Nah.
So wait, so I see you on Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see DJs remixing stuff, and I see you giving those DJs like, yeah, I like this mix that you
Yeah,
did. Like when they
absolutely.
do like Janet Jackson's Anytime Any Place, and then they mix another beat with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually on these DJs
Yeah, I
IG pages, and you're
listen-
encouraging them, and you're letting them know.
I
Like
listen
I
to
see you
everybody.
comment.
Yeah,
on it,
absolutely.
so-
if it's dope, it's dope.
Yeah.
I always felt like, you should never that one little like and saying, "Yo, this is dope," could
Mean something.
make him create something even
Yeah.
Better.
yeah,
Yeah.
bigger. And I've always tried to push that towards anyone. Like, yo, it's dope. Yeah, you should do that. And
Well,
then
this-
the inboxes come. Then it's like, yo, you gotta, and that's how it goes.
Are you still pushing the band camp with all the restrictions?
No,
'Cause
now
I'm sure more restrictions than came about because now they understand what we're doing and what we're getting.
Right
See.
now, the only thing I'm doing now is I'm working with a few artists now, finally. So I'm reaching back into the house world again. And
Huge.
Yeah, I have like two really, 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 really dope artists.
For house music.
Yeah, and then shouts out to Terry Hunter. I'm working on a Shantae Savage, Bet You'll Never Find. So she,
Love that
they read. Yeah, that record is so
That's
fire.
amazing. Amazing, right?
And he gave me a project to work on. So I started working on that. I got an Afro beats remix and a house mix with that record. So that's coming soon.
Oh,
very
nice.
soon.
Okay,
Nice.
I gotta ask you this real quick
Sure.
because we didn't touch on that, and we normally ask DJs this question, but how did you get started? Because you got started not with hip hop.
Yeah. So, when I first came into the game, I was Bozak mixer, Yuri,
Knew he was gonna say the Bozak.
turntables. It was as big as this table, literally, and I was just in there like
With the knobs.
with the knobs, turning the knobs, and the isolators. Like I had a full sound, like a really a pro sound system when I was young, and I don't know what happened to me. Like I was.
Did you get that from the blackout in the 70s too? Or-
You know what? Yeah, you know what?
Yo, that came late and out of nowhere.
He was thinking about it.
The illest thing that happened to me was, and at this time because I was born in Brooklyn, so this is how this went. I was born in Brooklyn, and on the blocks, every block there was like 2 sound systems per block, every block, and everybody had either a Yuri station or, it was never no like a Gemini or Numa. It was just
Right.
all rotary mixers. And I came to Harlem. Once I came to Harlem, I moved to Harlem when I was 11, potentially 12 years old. And as I was moving around, I went to the Bronx one day to go see my father, and RoboCop,
The movie.
DJ
Oh, I was about to say.
RoboCop. This is how this like really, really got started. DJ RoboCop was like, "Yo, you know how to DJ?" I was like, "Yeah, I know how to DJ." "You know how to DJ?" He was like, "Word, come to my house." Word. Alright.
Right.
I went to his house. And from that time, when I was that young, I've never seen him from that time, and I never was able to say, "Yo, RoboCop, thank you."
You got me started.
He had a Gemini 19-inch rack mixer and the turntable. So imagine me being a little kid and having to go
From left to right.
Right.
Do electric slide to go on one or two.
Yeah.
And he would
electric.
get mad, like, "Yo, this is how you got to do it." And he showed me, and I still couldn't get it. And then he was in the room, and I was like, "Yo, I'm about to leave." And he was watching the DMC 1990 final. Clark Kent was hosting, Biz was judging, Jazzy J and Red Alert were the judges.
Wow.
Hosted by Video Music Box. This is how vivid I remembered the moment.
Who was on that set? Plastic Man and them?
It was
You said
Plastic
90,
Man.
right? Jesus.
The two people that caught my attention was DJ Miz and Diamond J from Long Island. Those were my two. And then Steve D, Battle Cat, and who else? And Plastic Man.
I remember that 1990 joint.
And Flamboyant and DJ Flamboyant. I watched. So imagine the same thing as far as how I stayed in the house
Yeah.
for that year.
Yeah.
When that happened, I stayed in for 5 years.
To learn.
To learn it.
To learn.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
and-
you like to study and like really master
Yeah,
stuff before you
so-
come outside with
right.
it.
So it literally, yeah.
And I seen you
So-
doing that with that kid. Was that your nephew or somebody that you've been training? And
so-
you have like
Yeah,
a
there's
whole
I had a
chronicle
whole-
of him being 9 years old, then
Yeah.
11 years old, and then 16 years old. You had him.
Yeah.
Like I've been like following, and
I
you
see.
post him every single time. And
Absolutely.
then when he did the big party and you let him go,
Dylan Jam.
he was crazy.
DJ Dylan Jam.
So
Shouts
now
out to Dylan
he's
Jam.
gonna be
Yeah.
able to say when he gets older and when he gets to this platform, say
Yeah.
it was DJ Mell Starr that got me started. How does
Yeah.
that make you feel?
It's beautiful. Like I said, my biggest thing is always progression. That's what I was taught. Like I said, I've never talked on a mic. Thank you. Nuts. You know what I'm saying? Watching Dan, like my core people, Danny D, I had to go back and listen to Kid Capri. I had to listen to Star Child. I had to listen to Lovebug Starsky. I had to listen to Brucey B, Doo Wop, and others, but those were like the core guys. And then when we got our crew, it was me, it was Knuckles, it was E. Kim, it was Ty Boogie, it was Danny D. I mean, look at Ray now. Look at Ray Z. Look at Smooth Ski. Look at Spazzo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's they have now they got their crew and now they're doing the same,
Right.
they have their own movement as well. And again, for me, everything was always a learning process. For me, like I just always wanted to learn.
Right.
And that was it. So from playing disco into house and club classics, I like took a hard right and just started playing hip hop. And then eventually, the record pools. I had to get in the record pools, and once I finally got connected, I had to call my father like, "Yo, Pops, these guys is fronting on me. They don't want to let me." So my father was the person that went to all the labels because he knew people from the labels. And that's how I got everything. And then it was like, "Come on, kid." And I would literally go downtown with a shopping cart. And I would load up
Every Friday.
every Friday. And sometimes Wednesday. Who was Wednesdays? Wednesdays was
Not Def Jam.
did I meet you? I think at a wait, hold up. Were you at J Records?
I went down to I was
'Cause
at
I
J
used to
Records
see-
at
I
one
think I
time.
used to see you there at J Records.
I was doing something. I wasn't working there, but I remember doing some work there. Now,
Right.
now you
I used
remind
to
me.
do little things
That's
here and
why-
there at J
that's
Records
where I
too.
saw you. You see what I'm saying? So
Huh? I never
Wednesday-
seen
And
you.
with
I used to do stuff.
MBK.
yeah, right.
MBK,
exactly.
with
So
Jeff
I
Robinson.
never went to J Records because MBK and all those cats was always at Club Envy every Wednesday. We bring the records. So
Yeah,
I never went to the office.
That's when they started.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you know, G Unit,
Yeah.
Universal, Def Jam,
Yep.
Interscope,
MCA.
MCA.
Yep.
What was the reggae joint?
Oh, VP and Greensleeve. Yeah.
VP.
Yeah.
So Bad Boy.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where they started coming to our parties and giving us promos.
Yeah.
So like the entire Bad Boy collection, they used to come Bad Boy Rome. Shouts out to Bad
Shout out
Boy
to Bad
Rome.
Boy Room. Shout out to Room.
Who
Yeah, shout out
else?
to
Sam
Rome.
Crespo. Like
Yeah.
Rich Dollars. To me, Rich
Rich
Dollars and Henrock was
Court
like
Digger,
Henrock.
all of
Shout out
those
to
guys,
Henrock.
man.
Before Love and Hip Hop, Rich Dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that Rich Dollars.
Yeah,
Yes.
that Rich Dollars. That
yeah.
Rich
Shout out to
Dollars.
Rich.
That
Yeah.
Rich Dollars was the beast.
Yeah.
So I have a question before because we're getting close to our time.
Sure.
You said how you got the name Mr. Headphones, but where did Mell Starr come from?
Star. Star Greer. Star Greer was a woman. It was a lady. Her name was Star Greer. And she used to
We find out.
because you know what it was? Because we were the youngest out of all of the crews that we hung with.
Okay.
And it was me, Star, Joe Carroll, Sharice, Candy, Sharon,
And
Knuckles,
she gave you
T-Rock, Denny
Mell
Mo.
Starr.
Yeah, we was like the pain in the butt brothers.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
all.
okay.
but we were
was.
the pain in the butt DJs. Like when
yeah.
people saw us with our flight cases, they went, "Hey, these
These little muff-
these
Yep.
little-"
Yeah. Wow.
And then the first thing I do is Mel get quiet. He stand on the side, and you know the whole team would be with us. We would go to Baltimore, go to different parties and stuff, 20, 30 deep, and he'll sit in the corner. I'm the one that didn't give. Hey, what's up? What's your DJ name? He go, oh, I'm so and so. Y'all getting on next? No, we ain't getting on next. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
Where's the cordless mic?
Yo.
Cause I'm gonna talk while you on.
Right.
Cause I'm gonna bring him out, and then my whole
Wow.
corner gonna light up.
Yeah.
And you know,
That was it.
That's what
And
kept
yeah,
us consistent.
Star Greer was the
Yeah.
person.
Oh,
She
that's dope.
was like, I'm gonna call you Mell Starr, but we gonna put 2 R's on your name.
Wow.
And then, because at first it was 1 R, and then she was like, when people would be like, hey, yo, Star, what up? We both would turn around.
Right,
And she
right,
was
right.
like, you know what? I'm going to put 2 R's on your name and blow.
And that was it.
And
That was it.
That's dope.
Hypothetically,
Ooh.
it's corner time.
It's the hypothetical corner for everybody.
Biz didn't pass.
This shit would be different.
Where would Mell Starr be
We'd be
right
on
now?
planet
Now
Pluto.
I'm gonna set you up right. I'm gonna set you up right, ladies and gentlemen. Biz Markie was one of our greatest friends.
Yep.
But from you see past rest in peace, you saw how much dear friends he had and how well he was loved
No doubt.
in every aspect of music. But with us, it was he pull up at our block party and open the trunk and go, Knuckles ain't got these. Knuckles ain't got these.
You ain't got these
You ain't got
records
these.
right here.
You ain't got these niggas. And he's yelling from the street over the music. And if we did ignore him, he come in the park and grab the mic. Tell Knuckles come to the curb. Where Mell Starr? You don't come to my house. And we loved him. And it was just that type of way. But Mell Starr, your bond with him was more than business, more than DJing, and as well as the brother-like friend. And you know, I did check on you when he passed. The world was going crazy, but I know what he meant in your life as far as your lane of DJing.
Absolutely.
And what, hypothetically speaking, Biz is still here. Where's Mell Starr?
Yeah, Biz kept me out of a lot of trouble. A lot. Like a lot of trouble. A lot of fucking trouble. I think if he were here, the one thing that I would have loved to see what it would have looked like him being here on the 50th anniversary of hip hop.
Oh boy. Oh my God.
That's what if they're, you know, because we can't tell time on what's what, but I would have felt like, damn, what if?
Right.
What would have been if he was here for that?
Right.
And you're talking about? Are you talking about the entire weekend, or are you talking
just
about
the-
the Yankee Stadium
Just
concert?
the
Yankee Stadium
the
concert.
Yankey Stadium concert.
Everything.
All just
Because he'd have been on everything.
he would have been on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
He would have been on everything.
And he would have brought, and he was so detailed. He'd have brought artists that made me question, where are they?
Yeah.
He would have found
Facts.
them. You know, like one day I saw a concert they was doing and on the flight, and it was in Baltimore somewhere. Concert, I didn't see Super Lover C. Yo, where's Super Lover C?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why
That's a
nobody
fact.
found them? They in Philly somewhere. Go find them. Let them rock out. But Biz would have found them because
Yeah.
Biz was so detailed with everything, man. And but this guy here, they used to be in the house. He used to call me and yo, I'm working on something. Come back and show me. I go, oh, I'm gonna go to the house next time. But I'm working. But their bond. That's why I said hypothetically, if Biz was here,
Yeah.
where would Mell Starr
I
be
would
now?
definitely be on Pluto.
Yeah.
Really?
For real. Yeah, because
I never got a chance to. I met him once, so I never got a chance to get to know him. And there was a lot. You know, the documentary came out, which I feel like there was hardly no DJs on there that should have. There should have been a bunch of DJs that should have been on there.
Yeah.
But there was a lot about him that I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know a lot of stuff that was on
Yeah.
that.
But I remember seeing there was only one time I saw him. Really, it was and then Mel, I think you were there too. Mobile Mondays
yeah.
at Remote Lounge,
Remote. Oh my God.
and he pulled up,
Yeah.
and to your, you know, to what you were saying about Biz and how he would pull up and say, "Y'all ain't got this, y'all ain't got that."
Yeah.
Biz is the type of dude that went to that party with 45s of stuff that you know these record labels didn't make. Like, I was like, how did you get that? Like, how did you get that?
And
Right.
he did it religiously. It's the
He did
same
it all
thing
the
as
time.
The 7-inch turntables, like
Yeah. 7-inch turntables.
he-
Wait.
he's the
Yeah,
only
that's yes, the
person that
7-inch
has
turntables.
the
Yes.
Wait,
7-inch.
somebody
Yes.
wants to call in. What's the phone number for everyone to dial in again?
646-807-2992.
Yes, yes. Call in. We almost out here. That's dope.
And I wanna-
9992.
2992. Mike Neezy, what up? I have a Biz story. He came up on Tito Fearless, had a show called Fearless Radio with me, and Biz came up, and I didn't even know Biz at that age. Wherever I was at, I wasn't thinking that he was a DJ. Like, I guess I wasn't in the loop of that part. And he got on and did a whole bunch of routines, and my DJs that was in the building was like all filming him and watching. DJ Cartier the God, shout out to him. And I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. How crazy! I got the video of that, actually, the footage of him doing that.
That's
so
dope.
that was a classic moment for Biz,
dope.
and I took a picture with him behind the turntables in Serato. So that was a moment. So and I went to the
Nobody-
funeral too. I went all the way out to Long Island.
Nobody beats the Biz.
Nobody beats the biz.
Nobody beats the Biz. Period.
That's for sure. Like, yeah, man. But Mel, man, what's next for you?
I was about to ask him that. What do you have coming up? How can everyone follow you?
This is gonna be the good one right now. So the best way to follow me is to go on your phone, your iPhone or your Android, your Alexa, your Fire Stick, your whatever, and just say DJ Mell Starr app.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Just go to the app and everything is there. DJ Mell Starr app.
Do we have a call?
Yeah. So
The call is there.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Outside the Booth.
Outside
You're
the
on
booth.
the air.
Yes.
dig it.
I love this show. I never miss an
can't hear.
episode.
Hold on a
Put the
second.
headphones on.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you might,
Everybody got to put the headphones on.
Okay, my bad.
What's up, sweetie? How you doing? Thanks for calling in. What's your name? Who you?
My name is Athena. How you guys doing?
Oh, God. ATL, what up, baby?
Hello, ATL.
Why you gotta say "oh God" like that?
Oh, man.
Do you have a
Athena, what's
question
happening?
or do you have a comment? I don't want to say your comment. I want you to be able to tell them
My
yourself.
comment is I don't have a question. My comment was I just wanted to come on and say I love all the DJs, Mel, Kamish, and Knuckles, but Mel is my favorite DJ. Sorry, guys. Y'all know he just holds a special place in my heart. He's a wonderful person, and I just want to shout you out. I'm so proud of you, of your elevation. From day one, I told you years ago that you were always going to reach to another level.
You did.
It's actually in your book, and I'm very proud of you.
Oh, okay.
I'm very, very proud of you.
Okay.
Appreciate
And
that.
before we go, because we only got 1 minute left, before we go, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to give you something from her that she said to me earlier today, that in your book, you and her had a conversation where she said one day she's going to work for Tyler Perry Studios.
Yeah.
And that's where she is now.
Look
So
what
that
happened.
conversation that you guys had
Look what happened.
got you to where you are and her to where she is. So
Tough.
the
That's
power
what's
of
up.
manifestation is real.
Gotta
And
talk about it.
I
Gotta put it in
appreciate
there.
you for coming through. Athena, we appreciate you for calling in.
Yep. And
Thank
call
you,
us to
guys.
come down there and work.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone that's watching and listening to us on YouTube and on the Matrix Studios,
Yes.
on
And
IG and Twitch. And before we go, we got one thing that Kamish has to do. He just wants to, we're trying to break records for people here.
Bye, guys.
So
Yeah.
bye. So there's one thing that we want to do. We're just going to do our segment here where a song is going to be commissioned by DJ Kamish. So Kamish, who is this artist and the song that
So this
you're?
artist is signed to Rock Nation. She's been around for a minute. It's like this is like her third album, I think, and it just dropped. And I'm probably getting her name wrong. It's called her name is Meta, Maeta, and she got a song called DJ Got Me. Love this song. It's kinda
Wow.
Like this.
Through showing us some love. And everyone, make sure you follow DJ Mell Starr on the DJ Mell Starr app. You don't have to go to the
No DMs.
no
Get the
DMs,
guys
anything.
right
You
to
want to
app.
know where he is, you can party with him and everything. It's your girl BX. And just always remember, before we leave, this is the only place your favorite DJs come and step outside the booth and sit with us and share their experiences. So again,
Exactly.
big shout out and thank you to our special guest, Mell Starr,
My guy.
DJ Kamish,
Yep.
DJ Knuckles. I'm your girl BX, and we are outside the booth.
Peace.
See y'all next time.
Later, y'all.
Somebody tell me.
The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks.